Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Kami Nakomi, and welcome back to Kami Nakomi World, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of time to come through real quick. I think I have everything I need of all my talking points. Let me go ahead and just kind of like, let's get another one up here for things I'm going to be talking about today. Lots of stuff to talk about today. As you can see from my title for the live. What we are doing today is going to be just, talking about my Lakers, of course. And then I'm going to be talking about hope y'all like that. I wonder if y'all heard that theme music. I'm hoping y'all heard some of it, at least a little bit. That's some music that I made back in the day, back in the past life when I was, producing music and, trying to be into the music industry. But that didn't exactly work out. It's okay. Y'all can hear a little bit about that if y'all tune into my Kami Nakomi World podcast, which is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I haven't posted there in a while. I'm just talking sports, but at the same time, I think I might actually, go ahead and record a little bit of that. Maybe I could drop a little bit of this on my podcast also. It's been a while since I've done that. So give me a second just to do that. If y'all are around, go ahead and just let me know. Hit me up. Hit me up if you guys, if you just want to say hello, how you're doing. I really appreciate y'all. I always appreciate having y'all here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to do a real quick setup and yep. Cool. All right, we straight. All right. Just go ahead and do this check. Turn the volume down here. Check. All right. Once again, hello. Welcome. I am Kami Nakomi, and welcome to Kami Nakomi World for another installment of Lakers and the Other 29, and call me a sports fan because I love sports. I love basketball. I love football. I love all sports. Coco Gauff, go out there and stay strong, my sister, out there in the Australian Open, kicking behind. She's all the way through to the fourth round. I think she should be almost in the semifinals by now. But hey, I'm rooting for you, my sister. I'm rooting for you. And so many other things going on in sports. So I'm going to basically go ahead and try to get into all of it. But hey, like I said, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, my YouTube channel. If you haven't done so before, please go ahead and do that. I really appreciate y'all. I'm almost at 400 subscribers, and I'd love to do that today. That'd be awesome if I could do that today. I know there's a lot of other channels that y'all probably are listening to and are out there, watching, but sooner or later, come back and circle around to your girl. You know what I'm saying? Circle back around to your girl. Call me Nakomi. You know what I mean? I'm always here for y'all, and I'm here to talk sports all day long. So please, also find me. Like I said, this is my my YouTube channel, and also I have a podcast, Call Me Nakomi World, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you out there listening, I appreciate y'all for my few subscribers, but go ahead and press that plus button or that like button or that add button or subscribe button, whichever it is on your platform that y'all see. Please go ahead and follow me and like me. If you hear and you watch it, I get it, but I get views, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all of that. But at the same time, I'm trying to grow the channel. So go ahead and don't just follow, don't just be a bystander, don't just be a voyeur, just watching, on the sidelines. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, and share. Share your girl with you ain't gonna share me with the world, but share me with the world. Plain and simple. But go ahead and do that. So, like I said, I'm gonna get into a bunch of different things. Of course, my Lakers, and I'm gonna get into a couple of other basketball topics, and I'm gonna get into some football today. So holla at you, and I hope y'all could stick around for the whole show. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time today. I know we got a lot of things to do. It's Friday. You ain't got no job and you ain't got shit to do. That's why y'all here with me, and I appreciate y'all. So here we go. I'm talking about my Lakers today. My Lakers. The last video that I did, My bad, I'm using two screens here. So basically I'm going back and forth a little bit. So the last video that I did for you guys was right before the Oklahoma City game. And I was optimistic that we were going to hopefully get our shit together, because we started using the right, besides, even though we didn't have Braun in there for the Jazz game, we started using the right type of lineup. And so I was just like, I hope sooner or later they're going to get sick of losing and sick of this bullshit, and they was going to turn it around. So lo and behold, the last two games, we beat the Thunder 112-105. Top team in the West. You know what I'm saying? I think they're number 5 or maybe. And then we just beat, no. They're number 2 in the West. And we just beat the Mavericks 127-110. We keeping teams under under 111. We giving out tacos. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and show support for your team. You know what I mean? Are they dealing with a whole lot of stuff? They got a lot of different questions that they need to answer before it gets too late in the season. So, but at the same time, they're pulling it together, and I just feel like they just have some fight left in them. They all have dogs. They all are dogs. They all have some fight in them, and I just hope that we continue to just fight and try to just do something. You know what I mean? At the very least, I don't care if you go out. You're gonna go out swinging. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. But yeah, we went out. We played really well. Austin and D'Lo look really good in the starting lineup. So we go ahead and give y'all a little bit of the last uh box score that we had last game. We had 28 from Anthony Davis with 12 and 9 assists. Should have gave him should have let them go back in there for that triple double, but it's okay. We didn't need to give him too many minutes. He had 33 minutes. LeBron James also had 33 minutes, and he gave us 25 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds at a plus 20. Davis had a plus 21. We were doing amazing. All of our teammates that was out there that was really contributing for the most amount of minutes, really contributed, was in the plus, was in the plus percentile for that for the game. So I really love it. But the difference maker was D'Lo, and honestly, from the beginning of the season, I said that he was going to be the difference maker. If he stays aggressive like he did in the beginning of the season and like he's playing right now in the last 3 games, if he stays aggressive, we are up there with the top teams, and we wouldn't have fell all the way out of 5th. I think we were at the 5th or 6th right after the in-season tournament, maybe 4th. I think we were 5th. Let's just say 5. And then we slid right out of there. All these little bum teams came through and pushed us out the way. Come on now. We just basically lost. And I mean, I get it. You know, you're in trade rumors every single day. People are waiting to basically figure out what we can get for you. And you just feel like a trade piece rather than an actual, player that is wanted somewhere, and everybody wants to be somewhere that they wanted to be. And unfortunately, D'Lo is in a position where his contract is and his talent level is where he's usually at least an attractive piece to add on to a trade. But right now, he is the primary piece that we want to add into the trade, and we're not getting a lot of takers. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? We're going to figure it out, or we're going to ride with my man. But either way, I feel like it's good. I feel comfortable with the way that they're deciding to go. That's just how I feel. Also, Austin Reeves in the starting lineup, he came through with 7 assists to go with 8 from Braun and 9 from Davis, and we mashed them out. They sent in the clowns right at around 6 minutes left in the game. They went ahead and sent in the clowns, and everybody else got to just go ahead and sit back, drink some vino, and just look at the Laker girls. They just got to chill. They just got to chill, and that's basically how I want to see it. So, we did really well, and what I really, really loved about how we played the Mavericks, the only person who had any points was Luka, and he had 33 with a 13 and 10 triple-double. But at the same time, those points was hard as hell for him to come by. He had to play more minutes than Braun and Anthony Davis, and he was a negative 15. He had 4 turnovers. Kyrie Irving, we pretty much kept him quiet until the last quarter when he tried to come back in a little bit, but it wasn't really great. But Derek Lively did pretty good. Derek Lively second, you know what I'm saying? I wish we would have got a chance to pick him up. That would have been a perfect backup center for Anthony, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So we did really well. We beat the Oklahoma City also, so we're on a nice little 2-game winning streak, and I want us to keep it going today and the next game, because coming up, what we have the Nets. The Nets are the next team that we have coming up. And then right after that is Portland, Oregon. So those are obviously two games that we should win. We should have no problem winning, and then come back again for a home game with the Clippers, and we've been beating their ass. So I think that we're gonna continue to do so. Not saying that we've been like stomping them out, blowing them out, or nothing like that, but they were hard fought games, and we were able to continue. We were able to get it done. You know what I mean? So that was something that I really, really appreciate, the fact that we were able to. We're at least we're not losing to the Clippers every single game. Thank you to the basketball gods. That's all I got to say. So, but yeah, the starting lineups regularly now, they're going back to the starting lineup that they had at the beginning of the season, and sort of what they had at the end of last season, which helped us get to the Western Conference Finals, which was Anthony Davis, LeBron James, D'Lo, Austin Reeves, and last year it was Vando. And sometimes they will put, sometimes Rui. But right now they have Taurean Prince still in the starting lineup. I don't know if that's just because they just want another shooter, someone that they don't want to have one person in there in the beginning of the game. I'm guessing that they don't want to have one person in there at the beginning of the game that is a complete non-factor that they could completely ignore on offense. They want the beginning of the game where every person can either drop a three or drop to the hole and get a bucket, and can turn around and at least put decent defense, at least not great defense, but competent defense out there. You know what I mean? So I appreciate what they do, and I appreciate the fact that Ham was able to be a little bit, was able to be, just be a little flexible with that situation, and was able to, bring it back to a more potent offensive lineup. So I really appreciate Ham for doing that. Please don't go away from it, and also knock on plywood, that no one gets hurt, so he's not going to have to make those changes anytime soon. But trade, we're still in trade season. So, trade season's not over until February, I think early February. So we still got some talks going around for trades and everything like that. And personally, I don't think that we should trade anybody that's in the starting lineup, or I don't think we should trade Rui or Vando. And I know that pretty much leaves us with pretty much nothing. But for what they want for D'Lo, I mean, we could trade D'Lo, even though I feel like he'll be missed. We could trade, and then you had to work that chemistry all up again, with AR in the starting lineup, unless you're gonna put somebody else in the starting lineup. And they already said that AR is not going nowhere. So thank you, Rob, for that. But at the same time, we'll see what we could get, because right now DeJounte Murray, they look like they want Austin, period. And we just like, yeah, slow down, homie. So we're gonna let them basically just chill with that for a while and simmer and rethink their decisions. And if they decided they want to stand pat, all right, cool, whatever. We're gonna run it out with what we had, run it back, and we're gonna see how far we could go. But I don't think that I think that they are getting smarter with being the Lakers. They're getting smarter and realizing that Bron could go as long as he wants to, but at the same time, sooner or later this ride ends, and we can't be left ass butt naked out there. We're not going to be doing that. I mean, it's the team over everybody. You know what I mean? Bron should understand that. You know what I mean? Not saying that he's not going to continue to make them at least put pressure. Not saying make demands, but put pressure on the team to continue to try to get better, because you're not going to just lease me to be some type of puppet you pull out, whenever you want to, entertain the fans and get some tickets sold. You can't do that with Bron. You know what I mean? You got to basically retool. Unless you, well, I can't say unless you won the championship, because they won the championship and decided to say, let's not run it back, and try to tweak here and tweak there. One injury and the whole entire season's kaput. So, I mean, what you gonna do? But anyway, so hopefully they can pull off some trades. I don't want any kind of big trades. Personally, I kind of feel like I want to leave it exactly the same way it is. Maybe if you had pull up a trade, I don't want to bring another superstar in. So Levine, that's dead. I've been dead on Levine. Even DeRozan, maybe DeRozan, but hopefully if DeRozan doesn't want big money next year, you know what I mean? That we in the same situation. The Hawks is trying to play kind of crazy, and personally, I kind of feel like honestly, I feel like all we really need is maybe just another fire starter, a guard fire starter off the bench. You know, maybe not maybe a little better than a Lonnie Walker. That'd be great. Even though Lonnie Walker balled out for us in that one game, a really really crucial game for us. He balled out when we really needed him to. But I mean, I mess with a Colin Sexton. I mean, he's liable to basically, I mean, with consistent minutes, 20, 22 minutes, he can basically go out there and get you a good little 15 points off the bench. And I mean, usually when we have 15 points off the bench from one person, that's usually a game that we win. You'll have Rui, a Colin Sexton type player, and Wood off the bench mixed in with a little bit of everybody else. I think we'd be straight. With Vando basically coming in, then maybe after 6 minutes, usually jumps into the starting lineup for trade out Prince, and I think we'd be great, plain and simple. So I hope that we continue to tweak the edges. And the other thing that I feel like we need though, what are our needs? I feel like we need a backup point guard that is a score point, can distribute the ball, but at the same time, I feel like we definitely need a backup point guard. I feel like we need a scorer off the bench, and neither of those guys can be bullshit on defense. So I know my shopping list is, but at the same time, it's what we need, and I feel like we need a backup big. I mean, I know Jackson Hayes is still there, but he's a break glass in case of emergency type of dude. He's not going to give you any kind of competent defense or offense. You'd be lucky if he pulls out 6 points. I mean, it hasn't happened. I don't even know if I need to see Jackson Hayes's season highs in points. I really need to see that, because I don't think that he's even pulled up 10 points for a game. Maybe he has in one game somewhere through the season already, as we halfway through. So somebody find me that. If you see it, please go ahead and basically send me that. Or, hey, I don't care either way. Jackson Hayes isn't a dude, but it's all good. So anyway, though, those are basically, Bruce Brown is somebody that could basically be a good little addition. Good defense, and can put up 15 points if you need it or whatever. So I'd do that if they're not trying to, but let's see what they're trying to get, because they're trying to do some shenanigans out there. So they might be trying to hustle us out of our good players. And see, personally, I don't even think that they even really, I mean, don't get me wrong, Austin Reeves is a great player, and I think that any team would be benefited by having Austin Reeves. But at the same time, I kind of feel like mostly what they're trying to do is slow down the Lakers. So I think that they're trying to take players, instead of making them better, they're trying to make them worse by subtraction, or make them worse by addition and subtraction. You know what I mean? Take away a huge piece like Austin Reeves, and that team is discombobulated for a while. I mean, thank goodness he hasn't been hurt for a while. Not gonna ply with, but teams out here trying to play with us, and trying to get us psyched out so we could make a wrong move and mess ourselves up. But hey, we're gonna see what to do. Real quick also, so today we're going to be playing the Nets, who are 16-24, so they're not good at all, and they're 6-14 away, so they could pull off a win, but it for damn sure better not be tonight. That's all I gotta say. They got Claxton, he's out there playing really well. I got him on my team, so Lord knows I got him on my fantasy league, so I know he's doing well. They got Dinwiddie and they got Mikal Bridges. Yeah, he's a small forward. I was thinking about that, because I'm going to go over something a little bit later with y'all. But, they got some people out there that we should worry about, and Cam Thomas. So they got some people that we got to worry about. But at the same time, it should be a game that we could win. So let's hope that for the game. And maybe if I have time, I'll come back on and I'll do a post game. But fingers. Yeah. All right. So moving on from the Lakers, even though I love my Lakers, I'm gonna move on a little bit just to talk about another thing regarding basketball. So the USA Basketball Organization is considering who are going to be their final 30 players, I think they said, that they're going to basically their pool that they're going to pull use as a pool to pull the actual team that's going to go to Paris, is it, for the summer games? I think it's Paris this year. Which should be dope. You know what I'm saying? Which should be dope, aside for the bed bugs. But at the same time, I think that at least I'm glad that Braun already basically threw his hat in there, and Steph already threw their hat in there. Like, heck yeah, like, we ain't gonna go out like that. We can't still be walking around on this earth, we're getting a check from the NBA, and allow people to go out there to the Olympics and shit away our 2 Olympic streak. I think it's 2 Olympics now. We got that for the yeah. I think so. I think so. But hit me up and let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if it's a 3 Olympic sweep. But either way, we got to put our best foot forward, and pride, son, pride. You know what I mean? The game, well, technically the guy who I guess invented basketball is from Naismith. He's from Canada, or he was born in Canada. But the game is here. The game is in America. So just to represent, is the game that I played from when I was a child. And the best players have come from this place, come from this country. And I mean, there's been plenty of great international players, but at the same time, you want to put your best foot forward and give yourself a great chance of defending your championship. So, or defending your gold medal. So I'm going to mention a couple of names, but, and then I'm going to tell you the people that I actually feel like we should actually take. And I think they're only taking 12 players. But it's a little shaky, and I'll discuss it a little bit. So you got the top 50. I think I have a list of top 50 players. Now, I don't think anybody's missing, but anyway, Bam Adebayo, LaMelo Ball. I'm so sorry, guys. Bam Adebayo, LaMelo Ball, Paolo Banchero, Desmond Bane. Sorry, guys. I thought I heard something out there. Scotty Barnes, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, Cade Cunningham, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, De'Aaron Fox, Darius Garland, Paul George, Aaron Gordon, Draymond Green. I'm mad they even put Draymond Green on this list. Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Chet Holmgren, Brandon Ingram, Kyrie Irving, Jaren Jackson Jr., LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, really? Not saying I love Kuz, but nah, he ain't going to the Olympics now. Slow down, bro. He had to do a lot more to get there. Zach LaVine, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Brooke Lopez, Tyrese Maxey, Chris Middleton, Donovan Mitchell, John Morant, Keegan Murray, Chris Paul, Julius Randle, Austin Reeves, Jason Tatum, Klay Thompson, Miles Turner, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Williams, Zion Williamson, and Trae Young. So that's a list of top 50 of some of the top 50 players in the NBA. I keep saying WNBA, but I know we gonna defend our championship easy. Saying anyway. We outsource players. That's how good the WNBA is. We outsource players. So NBA, try to have no problems like we do. That's all I ask. But out of that 50, obviously a lot of these people are not going. If LaMelo Ball gets a USA jersey, I might throw up in my mouth and then throw up in the trash. And then, I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But out of that whole entire list that I gave, I picked out Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Jason Tatum. Easy 12. That's the 12 that I got. I mean, that is 4 guards, 6 forwards, and 2 centers. But personally, I feel, and that was just me picking the best players off that list. Personally, I feel like we kind of need one more center, but I don't know who we remove if we pick one more center. I mean, maybe I'll look around and see if I can say, okay. I mean, maybe Kawhi Leonard decides to say, I don't know how he talks. Nobody knows that how that robot even sounds really. I'm a funny guy. Maybe he decides not to play so we can pick up somebody else. And personally, if I was going to pick up another center off this list, I fuck with Chet Holmgren. I think that would be a dope. Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, and Chet as the off the bench. Come on, son. I think that would be actually kind of slap. That would be that would slap. That would slap for real, for real. But yeah, out of all the dudes, I think that would be good. I think that our guards would be dangerous. But we would really depend on our forwards and our forwards and our centers to do a lot of the defense. And although, but I'll say this: I feel like a lot of the international teams come with come with a lot more size nowadays. So, the guards might have some issues, but at the same time, it might be some mismatches because they might not be able to keep up with our guards. Devin Booker, Steph Curry. These are our guards that I have on my list: Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, and Tyrese Halliburton. It might not even matter if they don't do no defense, play no defense with that lineup. Let me go for the forwards now. Forwards. So I got Jimmy Butler, which I feel like I'm like, yeah, put Jimmy in it. Even if he don't play a ton of minutes, when he's gonna give you his all while he out there. Also Kevin Durant, Stone Cold Killer. Paul George, he plays great defense and he'll give you points. Halliburton, that'll be easy. Off the bench, he gonna give you like 20 assists off the bench. LeBron James, of course. Kawhi Leonard, he'll be great. He'd be great. And with the defense. I don't know if he's as good as in defense as he used to be, but he'd be good. And Jason Tatum. Come on now. I don't even know how to pick the starting lineup out of that. For real. Besides LeBron and Steph, that's all I know. Guards. Oh yeah. And last but not least, the centers, Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. So I think that would be a very interesting mix right there. Go ahead and drop me a comment. And let me know what y'all think about that. If y'all think that would be a really good roster for the USA basketball team that goes out to the Olympics to represent America, or if you think you have somebody that I didn't mention as one of the 12, just go ahead and let me know. But I feel like we definitely need to put defense out there. We need to put stone cold killers out there because you're gonna have the Lucas of the world and the Giannis's of the world and the Jokic, the jokers of the world out there playing tough for their team, and their teams basically knowing that they've been MVPs, so they are leaders of men, and you're gonna mess around and team is gonna catch you slipping. Don't do that. Don't catch a brick. Don't catch a brick. That's all I gotta say. One other person that I saw as I passed through, and I thought of, and I was just like, oh man, John Morant. It would be awesome if John Morant could go to the Olympics. I don't think he's as seasoned as he needs to or as mature as he needs to be. But at the same time, I feel like John Morant he would bring so much electricity to that team. That team would be so, he would have a ball. That's all I gotta say. He would have a ball, and the whole team would have a ball with him. But A, he's a little bit young. B, I feel like his current situation is a negative, and they don't want that kind of negative on the team. And C, I don't know. See, I think those two pretty much are my biggest things. I feel like he's a bad mark on the team, and he's a little young. And although I'm putting Halliburton in there, and he's younger than Ja, he's clean. You know what I'm saying? He's clean. So and he provides something that we really need. We don't need another guard that basically can yam it from the foul line. We need someone who's going to be a distributor because we have a whole bunch of shooters out there. We need some Chiefs. We got a whole lot of Indians and we need Chiefs. You know what I mean? So I think that would be a good lineup for us if we had that. But we're gonna just let me know how y'all feel about that. We're gonna move right along though, going straight to the NFL. The NFL. So much conversations I've been having about the NFL. I just had a show with my homeboy. Actually, my bad. That last show that I did about the Lakers, that was another whole nother thing that I did. The 4 days ago, what I actually did was with my homeboy. Oh, we were doing NFL review for the past wild card playoffs. So for my homeboy Waterholic Ozzy. Thank you so much for all the love that you gave during that show. You was dropping comments, and I was doing my best to hit you to talk to you about it as much as possible. But it was one question that you asked, and I didn't get a chance to answer it. But I'm going to do that right now because we are talking about NFL. So you were asking, how does the wild card work in the NFL? So basically, we have two divisions in the NFL. National Football League, we have two different divisions: the American League and the National League. Now, there are seven teams that make it to the playoffs in the the NFC, National Football Conference, and the AFC, American Football Conference. And so there's 7 teams on both sides. The top teams with the best record for the whole entire season, they get a bye, meaning that they don't play that first week, that wild card week. And then it's 2 through 6 or 2 through 7 who basically play each other. And whoever basically wins out of those, they go forward to play in the divisional matchup rounds, which is what we're having starting tomorrow. Should be some great games, guys. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. So we have the Texans and Ravens on Saturday at 4:30. Then we're gonna have the Packers and the 49ers. I want to watch both of those games if I can. I gotta take my daughter to go get her hair done that morning. But when I come home, if I can be planted in this house, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's where I'm gonna be at. Because those are going to be some great games. We also have, I'm going to go over those games a little bit more in a second. We have Buccaneers Lions on Sunday at 3:00, and then we have Chiefs Bills at 6:30. Buccaneers Lions, I'm sure it's going to be a great game, but at the same time, I'm looking for that Chiefs Bills. That is top billing, prime time. I'm surprised they didn't just drop that down to 8:00 and just go with it, because it's going to be Revenge of the Titans. That's basically what that's going to be. Clash of the Titans, real quick. If you're a football fan, you know of the Chiefs and Bills matchups going back and forth every single year, be it in season or be it in the playoffs. Sooner or later, both of those teams meet up because they're top teams, and sooner or later in the playoffs, they always meet, and it's basically for all the chips. It's basically to either go to the AFC Championship or to go to the Super Bowl itself, period. So that's going to be a great game. Unfortunately, we're seeing it early in the playoffs, and we don't get to see that a little bit later, maybe next week in the conference championship. But it is what it is. We're still going to get great football all around. The Lions and the Bucks is going to be a good game. Like I said, Goff, I hope that he continues to do very well. I really was high on Goff all year and before this year, since he was first drafted into the league. I personally would have loved to have had him on the Giants, but our team thought otherwise. Also, you have the Buccaneers, who, they're doing some things. Todd Bowles is still having his team with minus Tom Brady in the playoffs. He's getting them back to the playoffs, and Baker can always feel a little dangerous, and that's basically what we're assuming is going to happen. But let's see what goes down. Let's see. We have Detroit is a 6-point favorite. Buffalo is a 2.5 favorite 6.5 favorite for the Detroit Lions over the Buccaneers, and Buffalo is a 2.5 favorite over the Chiefs. And that's understandable. It's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game sooner or later, or it might just be a eke it out one throw at a time kind of game. This might just come down to that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But it should still be good, very good. But a very exciting. The two exciting matchups that I'm very curious to watch is going to be what happens on Saturday, and that is with the number one teams in either conference against the lower seeding teams coming up. These young upstart teams with first starting year rookies and rookies. In the league, you're gonna have Lamar Jackson with the Ravens top. They have the best record in the league, and they are a 9.5 point favorite over the Texans with CJ Stroud, and their great young team, young squad. But he is a killer. He knows how to play. He knows how to win, and he is confident as hell. And that is a dangerous combination to catch sleeping, to catch you sleeping rather. Because the Ravens, like I said, the Ravens and the 49ers are both on a bye. They both just coming off a bye, so they haven't really played any kind of, real, football for a little bit. I think they even sat some of their players, in the last game. So, they're going to be there's going to be a little rust, and hopefully they can knock it off quick, or else it's going to be a long game. The Niners are a 9.5 favorite over the Packers also, but they basically just beat out the Cowboys. And the Texans took out the Chiefs. So those are two teams that you thought was going to be easy to roll on, and they rolled on you. So teams like that with a lot of confidence, playing with house money, playing a team that came off a bye, anything can happen. Anything can happen at the carnival. Shout out to my Wyclef fans out there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all those. I mean, the 49ers have no reason why they should lose to the Packers. They are loaded on offense. They're loaded on defense. Kyle Shanahan is going to have that team so locked in. Like, you want to be home with the Cowboys, huh? You want to be home with the Cowboys? You want to be home with all the other teams that basically just lost and should have won? No, you want to be here. So focus, get locked in. Every play matters. Next play, it's like a whole new game every single time you touch the ball. So come on and just do what you got to do. That's how Kyle Shanahan is going to have them focused. And if he lays an egg too, it is what it is. Moxie over merit. Anyway, also same thing with the Ravens. The Ravens have a great offense. They have a great offense because of Lamar Jackson. He is the running game. And I mean, I want to see what Dalvin Cook is going to do. I forgot they put Dalvin Cook on that team. They picked him up off the waiver, I guess, because the Jets had nothing going on with their life. So they decided to let my man free. So he went off, and the Ravens said, "Excuse me, thank you very much." And they put it in their bosom purse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking forward to see what the Ravens can do against the Texans. But the Texans are out here and they look hungry. They look like they want to play spoiler to everybody out there. And I mean, hey, on one hand, I'd be like, well, low seed can't really. I became a Giant fan because my wild card team came in with momentum and beat the undefeated New England Patriots. Anything can happen any given Sunday. So these teams better come out here focused. I mean, straight up focused. I mean, I saw something real quick that said that Lamar Jackson felt a lot of pressure right now because of the fact that he feels like, you get to this point, but that's what it's supposed to be like. It is pressure. Pressure busts pipes, or pressure lets it flow. You know what I mean? So you just let it sink into you, and just focus and say, hey, I had pressure on me all year long. What's today? It ain't different. Today ain't different. The pressure is go out there and win a ball game. That is the pressure. That's pressure that you've dealt with your entire life, and it should be nothing different. Of course, it's a little bit, the stakes are higher, but hey, that's what you play for. That's what you got all the money for. So own it, sit in it, and just basically just become it. That's how you're gonna basically become the next, rise above. That you just gotta own it. I'm sure that Pat Mahomes is out there, and he definitely feels pressure. He had to scratch and drag the Chiefs into the playoffs, and you know what I mean. They are where they are, and they're still working towards their goal of what? Winning another championship. Because it doesn't matter how you got there. It just matters when you leave the tournament. And they're trying to be the last ones out the room. And that's basically what it's all about. I'm going to move on, though. I hope this is some good games. Please go ahead and find me on Instagram and hit me up and let me know what y'all feel. Let me know who you think are going to win these divisional games this year. I'm going to drop a message in there on my Instagram so y'all can find me and go ahead and just drop it on. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and let me know who y'all got. You know what I mean? Who do I have? I have Ravens over the Texans, even though I think it's going to be a great game. And I have the 49ers over the Packers. They have two great, experienced coaches who have been to the big game. And one who has won the big game, Harbaugh. You know what I mean? He has won the big game. And so he knows and he wants to get back, and he understands how hard it is to get there and how focused they need to be when they do. And that's why I was saying Bill Belichick needs to go to the Cowboys. But I'm about to tell you how Jerry Jones said, nah, we good. I got the Packers. We got the 49ers over the Packers. Woo! Sorry, my boy O. I know you know, but at the same time, it's about to be that time. But if the Packers come through, I give it up to y'all. I got the Chiefs. I got the Buccaneers. I got the Lions over the Buccaneers, guys. I feel like Goff has been doing his thing. I think that defense is ferocious, and so I feel like that offense is potent enough that they should take care of the Broncos, even though the Buccaneers are going to be, ready to go. I think that the Lions are going to hold out and win the game again. This is the hardest pick right here for me. Chief Bills. I said at the beginning of the season that I thought that Jared Allen? No, what's his name? Josh Allen. I thought that his window was closing, if not closed already. Somehow they still scraped away a good enough winning record to get into the playoffs. They weren't I don't think they were the top of their division. So, they did their thing. They did what they're supposed to do. But I don't know, something in me is just telling me that Patrick Mahomes is the new Tom Brady. You don't bet against that man. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I feel like the Chiefs are going to go into Buffalo and whoop their ass. Not whoop their ass, but they're going to beat them. They're going to beat them. I'm going Chiefs. Put it on the board. If all y'all people who watch ESPN Fantasy Focus, put it on the board. I'm saying Chiefs. So I got the Chiefs, the Lions, the 49ers, and the Ravens this weekend coming up. I hope that I have a good record at the end of that hole with that this weekend with my picks. I also got my Lakers tonight. And let's just end this all off with talking about some coaching decisions. Like I said, there was a lot of crazy talk at the end of the season. A lot of people was saying different things. I know what I was saying. I was saying that Bill Belichick is basically, to me, the hottest ticket, and quick fix, not quick fix. It's always going to take effort, but at the same time, I felt like it was going to be a no-brainer addition to the Cowboys. But Jerry Jones said, did you say that doing something over and over again, expecting different results, is insane? Well, call me crazy, bitch. That's exactly what Jerry Jones said. Jerry Jones said, I'm going to stick with McCarthy. He trusts him. I think he said, I don't want to pick up this dude's contract. I don't want to extend. I don't know if he's going to extend Dak. He's probably going to have to extend Dak. It's going to be a whole mess. But he has to give Micah and give CB money. So it's going to be messy this summer. But he's going to stick with his Cowboys. Also the and some people were talking about my man Pots and Pans. I know, right? My man, I can't remember his name. Mike Tomlin with the I just need a skull cap on so I could give y'all Mike Tomlin's. No, it was more like he and I missed the mouth. I missed the mouth. He gave the a beautiful, the most beautifulest face I could ever see in my life when somebody tried to ask him after the last game. So you have one more year on your contract. She barely even got contract out before he walked off. And he came back and said, listen, I got renewed fire for coaching right now. He is mad to be finishing the way that they finishing. And he is basically on his way to he's on his way to the off season, and he is looking to get an extension. He's not looking to go out in the market, and I didn't expect that anyway. The Pittsburgh Steelers always keep their coaches, and they trust their coaches, especially if you win a championship. They always have faith in you that you're gonna come back, and I mean, unless you completely dislike the team has to be bottom. But you would have to turn that team into the Browns for the Steelers ownership to get rid of you. Tomlin, I'm not saying you're gonna want to be there forever, but I know you basically not trying to walk out right now because I'm sure that he believes with nobody's he got them to the wild card round. What with the Ravens and the Browns ahead of him, and he still got his team to the wild card round. Give that man a quarterback and a couple more weapons. Woo! Steelers are going to be good. The Steelers are good, period. Still, you know what I mean? So Bill Belichick is still out there on the market. He's getting catching DMs. He curbing chicks, you know what I'm saying? He curbing teams, swipe right, swipe left. You know what I mean? He's doing the thing. So, but he just took a couple of first dates with the Atlanta Falcons. Also, Jim Harbaugh is a dude that's out there. He took a interview with the Falcons also. I'm waiting to hear about what happens when both of them go see the Chargers. What team I'd rather? Of course, I'd rather the Chargers than the Falcons. I mean, I live here, but at the same time, I'm a Giants fan. Don't ever forget it. So, but Falcons is a project, and I don't know if Bill Belichick wants a project right now. I can see Jim Harbaugh buying in for a project. He gets to pick his quarterback, and he gets the team with some good pieces already. He just needs to fix up this slap some spackle on the defense, make them run in the same direction, and then figure out Kyle Pitts. If you could do that, I think that's one of the questions that you got to put in to the interview. That random left question and be like, so. What are you gonna do with Kyle Pitts? Go. And I don't Kyle Pitts. Does he play football? Oh yeah, that's right. You guys drafted him. Yeah, he was trash. Never really even schemed for the guy. I think that what we're gonna do is try to see if I can teach him how to play tight end again. That's my Bill Belichick. Little snarky Bill Belichick. So, but anyway, Bill Belichick played tight end also. So that also kind of just right into my mind. When I thought about that, I was like, okay, might get some Aaron Hernandez Gronk stuff going on in there. That would be some, I'm not saying that they're going to pick up another tight end, but at the same time, I mean, and I heard also that he might be thinking of, instead of drafting a quarterback, he might think of signing Kirk Cousins. That might be dope. Use that pick if he falls to them. Marvin Harrison Jr. Ooh, Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyle Pitts, and you got B. John, and you got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins basically tossing the rock. That might be. He fixed up the defense. I think Bill Belichick might actually want to do that. But how long you want to be here? I think you're 71. How many more years you want to do this? I mean, well, I don't know, but I mean, hey, I guess y'all out here just like how y'all LeBron and y'all doing y'all LeBron thing right now. So, but I think Harbaugh in I'm about to say San Francisco. I think Harbaugh, that was his old team. I think Harbaugh in and then my brain went to San Diego. No, They're in Los Angeles, the Chargers. With the Chargers, I think that actually might be a good match. He'd be a leader for a young quarterback, and that would make sense that Belichick wants to get a more experienced quarterback. He's done with these young kids. I'm not mad at him at all. He's like, I'm done with these kids. I can't take another day. So I can see it happening. I tell me where you think Harbaugh and where you think Belichick's gonna go. I don't care where Vrabel goes. I don't think Vrabel's a decent. He should be a D coordinator. He should be a defensive coordinator. I don't think that he should be a coach. He's gonna just get another coaching job with a team that's not gonna do nothing. Said my piece. There's a lot of other people out there. There's a lot of other questions that are going to get answered. And I'm going to be here to answer them for you people. I want to be here to answer them for you. I'm going to try my best to be here after the game if I can. But if I can't, I love you anyway. So, all right, y'all. I really appreciate the fact that y'all came out. I need to get that. I need to get my speaker going so I can get some bass on this mic. You know what I mean? But it's all good. I love you guys. Take care of one another. Grown folk, children, and babies, grab somebody and take care of them and teach them how to live. You know what I mean? Teach them how to be a responsible, valuable addition to the society, because we are not doing enough of that. We are stuck in our bubbles. And I think that we are forgetting it's the same thing what happened when I thought was going to happen when text messaging became the thing. People wasn't going to be listening. People were just going to be reading and just editing whatever they say and erase, editing whatever they say. You know what I mean? That's not life. We need each other. We live in this big stinky world, and it's all of our funk. It ain't just one person's funk. So be there for somebody. Call if you see a woman out there and she's being belligerent and trying to hit people on the street and trying to start a fight. Call the cops and get her off the street, because all she's doing is making herself look foolish. But until next time, people, I really appreciate you. Go ahead, love on everybody, and may you always find water and shade. Peace.